The number of countries cutting energy taxes to shield consumers from surging oil and gas prices has doubled to 39 over the past month, according to Financial Times analysis, despite IMF calls for fiscal restraint.
영국 파이낸셜 타임즈의 분석 보도에 따르면 전쟁으로 에너지 가격이 급등하자 국제통화기금 IMF가 세계 각국의 재정 정책에 신중할 것을 요청했음에도 자국민 지원을 위해 에너지세를 낮춘 국가가 지난 한 달 동안 2배 늘어난 39개국에 이른 것으로 나타났습니다. Alright, so more and more countries are trying to protect their own citizens from the surging oil prices.
Yeah, obviously, the rising prices of oil because of the conflict right now in the Middle East is, possibly it can damage the economy in different places. It can make life more difficult for a lot of people. So different countries around the world are doing the best they can to keep oil and gas prices at a reasonable figure. And one of the ways that they're doing it is by giving tax breaks for things like that. And certainly a lot more companies are joining in. They do note, though, that only 3 European countries have introduced policies to cut consumer energy use compared to 19 in Asia Pacific.
Okay, interesting. What's surprising about this number 39 here is that it's double what it was just a month ago.
Yes.
Let's have a look at to shield people or to shield anyone.
Yeah, if you're shielding anyone, then think of literally a shield that you would use to perhaps block yourself from arrows and other things that can harm you. You're protecting people or things with a shield.
As parents, we want to shield our children from the harms of the world. Mm-hmm. It's not easy, but that's what we want to do. And anything that shields you from something is protecting you from it. Like a shield. 원래 shield는 방패인데요. To shield 하면은 막아주다, 보호해주다라는 뜻이 되겠고. 자, 그 다음에는 fiscal restraint.
So something that is fiscal is sort of like money and economy and things to do with the government. So how the government spends their money that they collect from taxes or all kind of relative to things like that. So when we're talking about fiscal restraint, then they're trying to hold back to a certain degree from spending too much or collecting not enough. So the IMF is basically saying that, well, we think governments should be more frugal, essentially. So you need to either collect more taxes or spend less. But by governments actually doing these things to shield the consumers, basically giving tax breaks, so they're collecting less, they're doing the opposite of what the IMF is recommending.
Exactly. fiscal이라는 게 FISCAL인데요. 이 재정과 관련된 거, 회계와 관련된 겁니다. 그래서 우리가 영어에 fiscal year라는 표현이 있는데요. This is different to the normal year that we live, which is January to December, according to the Gregorian calendar, which most people in the world will follow. However, the fiscal year can be different depending on company or, corporation. Maybe it ends in March, for example. Mm-hmm. So the fiscal year and the, what would be the opposite to that? Just the Gregorian year that we use or the normal year?
I guess, yeah. I don't know if there needs to be an opposite to something like that. But I think, for instance, the school year is...
calendar year is the word I was thinking of.
Yeah,
but school year too.
Yeah.
So, sure.
But a school year, for instance, is different in North America and in Korea and also compared to a calendar because the school year in Korea doesn't start in January, right? It starts in March. The school year in North America starts in September.
Yeah.
So it's different. And much in the same way, like you said, a fiscal year for companies, it can be at a different time because of the cycle of the products that they might be selling.
맞아요. 그래서 보통 우리가 1월에서 12월까지 말하는 일반적인 연도는 calendar year. 근데 이제 학기는 나라마다 다 다르죠. 그래서 그거는 school year. 학기 기준으로 하는 이제 학년은 나라마다 좀 다르고 지금 fiscal year 그러면 회계 연도인데 자, fiscal restraint는 재정적인 긴축이 되겠습니다. 자, 그럼 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. The number of countries cutting energy taxes to shield consumers from surging oil and gas prices has doubled to 39 over the past month, according to a Financial Times analysis, despite IMF calls for fiscal restraint. Let's move on to the next headline.
Spain is urging travelers to buy airline tickets as soon as possible, warning that higher oil prices linked to the U.S.-Iran conflict are expected to drive up airfares in the coming months.
스페인이 관광객들에게 최대한 빨리 항공권을 구매할 것을 권장하는 메시지를 내놨습니다. 미국 이란 전쟁 여파로 국제유가가 급등하면서 항공권 가격이 향후 몇 달 사이 추가로 더 오를 것으로 보인다는 이유에서입니다. Alright, what's going on here?
So Spain had an increase of 97 million tourists visit Spain last year, which was a 3.5% increase of the previous year. So they get a lot of tourism as it is. And they're telling people, not just those coming to Spain, but also people within Spain that might be traveling elsewhere to buy your airplane tickets as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, they're expecting fuel prices to only get higher and higher, and that would probably lead to higher and higher airline tickets as well.
Right. I guess Spain had a bit of a buffer in terms of their own supply of oil, but Spain's saying that's not going to last forever because we're also running out. And so if you want to travel, as many people do want to in the summertime, maybe buy your tickets now. Don't wait until say June or July, now is the time. So buy it as soon as possible.
Yeah, and in terms of a lack of oil, sometimes there is a little bit of a delay because as oil is being shipped from the Middle East, it takes sometimes a month or so for that particular ship to reach its destination. So, the ships that were originally affected, they might already still be on the way, but then it's the next month or two of ships that can't get out of that area.
Exactly.
So, there is a bit of a delay in the supply and demand.
I think a lot of people are thinking this, but it's worthy of note that the actual tourism minister in Spain, a government official, a minister actually said this. So he urged people to buy tickets, to urge.
If you urge someone to do something, then you're asking them to do it a little bit more aggressively. And something being urgent is something that needs to be done more quickly and perhaps with a little bit more aggression or purpose. So it's not just like, oh, Sue, I think you should, do this by tomorrow. It's like, Sue, no, really, you have to do this by tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's so important that it's done by tomorrow.
To urge, 아주 강하게 권고하는 거죠. 촉구하다. What about driving something up?
Something that is driven up could be like a price or something. It could be a stat, but there's something that's causing that. So there's like a cause and effect. And what is the cause? Well, that's the thing that is driving something up, affecting B.
Drive up something or drive something up. 두 구조 다 가능하고요. 무언가를 끌어올린다. 가격 같은 거. 그런 뜻입니다. 다시 읽어볼게요. Spain is urging travelers to buy airline tickets as soon as possible, warning that higher oil prices linked to the US-Iran conflict are expected to drive up airfares in the coming months. Now here's our final headline.
Germany has launched a high-stakes rescue mission to save Timmy, a 13-meter humpback whale that has been stranded in the shallow waters of the Baltic Sea for over a month, using a specialized barge to carry it to deeper waters.
독일 발트해 얕은 해안에 한 달 넘게 고립된 채 사투를 벌여온 몸길이 13m의 혹등고래 티미를 살리기 위해 특수 바지선으로 고래를 더 깊은 바다까지 운반하는 난도 높은 구조 작업이 독일에서 시작됐습니다. All right. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, tell us about this story.
Yeah, so Timmy is a whale and is between 4 and 6 years old. It's been in the news a lot in Germany in particular for being trapped recently. So they're transporting him off the Baltic Sea coast to a more safe and appropriate area for him.
이게 처음부터 이름이 있었던 건 아닌데요. 이렇게 꽤 오랫동안, stranded 된 곳이 티마도퍼 스트랜드라는 곳이에요. 그래서 티마도퍼에서 그냥 고래에다 이름을 하나 붙여준 겁니다. 사람들이, 좀 빨리 구조가 됐으면 좋겠는데, 이게 도통, 움직이기도 쉽지 않고, 그 다음에 사람을 무서워하니까, 어떤 바지선에 옮기는 것도 처음에는 쉽지 않았는데 바지선 구하는 것도 쉽지 않았고요. 그러나 이제 여러 기업들의 도움을 통해서 드디어 티미가 바지선에 들어가게 됐다고 합니다. 그래서 아마 이제 깊은 바다로 옮기게 되겠죠. Let's have a look at the high stakes rescue mission.
Something that is high stakes means that there is a lot to gain, but there is also a lot to lose. So it's a gambling term that we use where you're betting on something, but there's a great risk and there's also a great reward.
그렇죠. High stakes something이라는 것은 위험도가 매우 높다. 뭔가 많이 걸려있다, 달려있다라는 뜻이고요. Rescue mission은 구조 작전이 되겠죠. What about specialized?
Something that is specialized is not normal or not abundant. It's something that's made for a particular reason, or it's somebody that does something very special or something unique that other people can't do. So if you might be a specialist, well, you do something where the normal person is not capable of doing that.
그래요. specialized라는 것은 아주 특수하다, 전문적이다라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. 자, 그래서 이 바지선이라고 우리가 말하는 게 영어 barge에서 온 거거든요. barge라는 거는 그러니까 사람이나 화물을 싣고 다니는 바닥이 아주 납작한 배를 말합니다. 거기에 이 티미를 옮기는 작업을 지금 하고 있고요. 사진상으로 봤을 때는 바지선에 탑승한 것으로 보이거든요. 그러면은 이제 옮겨서 바로 깊은 바다에 갈 수 있도록 하는 작업만 남은 것 같습니다. All right. Well, that's it for the headlines this morning.